Hey, North Shore. Welcome to the after party. I'm Stan, and I'm joined by...
Carolyn.
That's correct.
Hello, that is me.
And we're here talking about the message that Scotty gave this past Sunday, message to the church in Laodicea, which if you grew up in the church, maybe you've heard the sermon before, be hot or be cold for Jesus, and Scotty kind of dispelling a little bit of that and saying, no, actually, hot and cold were both good things. The real issue was being lukewarm, and that caused this vomiting out reaction. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I encourage you to go back and listen to all the context of that sermon, because there's a lot of kind of nuance there. But we really just started leaning into this idea of how pride ultimately cuts us off from the things that Jesus wants to do. And pride is just one of these things that, okay, so how do I get rid of it? Like, what do I have to do to get rid of it? It's not something you can just go, oh, today I'm not going to be prideful. That in and of itself is a prideful statement. And so where do we go? And it really is to just go where Jesus already is and put yourself outside your comfort zone and start pursuing the things that require you to rely on him. And you were just sharing a funny story of just experiencing that this last week.
Yeah. I was trying to put myself in situations where I could be with people who are living far from God. So I decided to do something I love, which is to dance. So I signed up for a dance class and also to meet non-Christians. And I've been there about a year. I've been making friends. And just today, actually, we went out for coffee. I joined the group that goes afterwards for coffee. And I just kind of like, it's kind of like, I mean, shoot, I'm the alpha lady, right? So like meeting non-Christians is like that's my wheelhouse.
And they go out of coffee every week, and this is your first time.
Every week. And I joined them for the first time thinking, I could do this. And then things kind of went sideways and the coffee shop didn't work. So I suggested something else and we pivoted to a different coffee shop, which was in a restaurant or in a grocery store. And they couldn't quite, the 70, 80-year-olds didn't pivot real fast. And so nothing against 70, 80-year-olds. For those of you who are in 70, 80, I love you. But it was a bit of a challenge for some of them. And I found myself going, Lord, I'm trying to be you here. I don't know how to be this. Some of the people were angry. Some of the people were trying to badmouth the baristas. Some of them were like wondering if they should leave. And I'm like, I just wanted to go to coffee and meet people. And I felt myself saying, Jesus, where are you right now? Because I was out of my comfort zone and because I was leaning into something that was different, I found myself needing him and humbling myself and saying, Lord, show me how to be you here. How can I extend grace? And so I found a couple moments to extend grace in other areas and soften and whatever. I don't know if I'll be invited back, but.
Well, and part of what's funny about that is like, you think of like, okay, get outside your comfort zone. Like my mind goes to like, go on a mission trip, go to a place that you've never been before. I don't know, go to a hostile environment, like inside my comfort zone, coffee shop. Like, and so this feels like it should have been easy.
It should have been like easy. Like I know how to do this. I can have coffee. It's no big deal. And everything just went crazy. So that made me just the act of being in a situation out of my comfort zone. It's like, Lord, I need your help here.
But it illustrates the point of like, if you want to learn how to be less prideful or to be humble, I guess would be the way of saying that positively, you have to put yourself into experiences that cause that to be taught to you. It's not really a thing that you just like set out and decide to do. It's something you have to learn through experience. And I used to have a pastor friend who would say, you want to pursue the fruit of the Spirit. Let's say you want to become patient. You're not just going to wake up magically and be patient. God's going to give you kids. And then you have to learn how to do it through
life
or whatever. And there's just this instinct in Christianity, Christian culture, to go, okay, I've got my bubble. I'm comfortable here. Don't try new things. Don't meet new people. Stay where I'm at.
And is that lukewarm?
And is that lukewarm?
Is that prideful? Because I don't need Jesus right now because I'm so comfortable.
Because I this version of me that I've created and this version of my faith that I've created is totally manageable. I'm doing it on my own and I'm doing it right. And I know that I'm successful in it. And instead we have to go, okay, how do I get outside myself? And how do I get out where Jesus is that I wouldn't naturally want to be? But by doing that, I become hot or I become cold. I become this thing that is valuable to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, we hope that as you've been with us through this series and have just ultimately heard what Jesus has to say to churches and to churches that came so long before us, still had words for us today. And we hope that you continue to join us on this journey as we understand what Jesus has for us and for our church. Have a great night.
Take care.